Side of Kyiv, which was being used as a base by Russian troops, and you can see it is almost completely destroyed. But I do want to show you something here, because we've been warned again and again about the possibility of mines and traps left behind by Russian forces. Well, take a look here. You might be able to make out the string which is leading right up onto the handle of the front door. Now, we have no real way of knowing, but it might be that that string is attached possibly to a grenade, some other kind of explosive, which is hanging on that handle. And as soon as you pull that string, it could come out and the explosive goes off. Now, this is a real danger. There are dangers like this across this part of Ukraine. We do now know that Russian troops are amassing in the east of this country. The city of Kharkiv has now been hit by Russians 66 times in the last 24 hours.
This morning, battle lines shifting as Russian forces amass in the east. These new satellite images show an 8-mile-long Russian military convoy headed towards the northeastern city of Kharkiv. Ukraine's second-largest city has already faced weeks of Russian shelling, residential neighborhoods completely destroyed.
East of Kyiv, Brigadier General Valery Embakov gave us an exclusive look at where his soldiers beat back Russian troops.
And right here on this spot, he says, from that farm, our boys used those javelins to do what you now see behind me. He tells us 2 Russian tank columns were headed down this road when his troops ambushed them, stopping the Russian advance.
You're very proud of your victory here. Yes. But are you as confident about the war that's starting in the east?
Ukraine needs more modern weapons, he says. But if in the first stage we needed mostly defensive anti-tank weapons, anti-air weapons, now we need heavy weaponry. We need tanks, we need planes, we need artillery systems. The destruction here, a fraction of what Russia might unleash in the next phase. This woman clinging to the only family member she has left.
You come across all kinds of emotions. I mean, this man is furious. This woman is quite clearly beside herself. There's also happiness at liberation. They greeted this general, full of joy that they've seen now Ukrainian forces here.
This country is still reeling from the shocking Russian attack on a train station in the eastern city of Kramatorsk. It left 57 people dead, including at least 5 children. Thousands have been using the station, trying to flee the east ahead of Russia's next attack. Ukrainian President Zelensky vowing his country will be ready, saying they can even use more missiles against us, even more aerial bombs, but we're preparing for all our actions. We will respond. And over the weekend, in a show of solidarity, British Prime Minister Boris Johnson arrived in Ukraine. He toured the streets of Kyiv with President Zelensky. And as Russia now shifts its strategy, Putin has named a new commander in Ukraine, General Alexander Dvornikov. He previously led Russian forces in Syria, a campaign where human rights investigators say Russian forces deliberately targeted civilian populations and destroyed cities. We're at the back of the school now here, and you can just see the level of devastation. This was a school bus completely destroyed. And we are getting an idea of what Russian troops were doing while they were here, while they were occupying this country. And a lot of it was looting, a lot of it was stealing valuable items that they could identify. Now, these are computer monitors that have been taken out of the building. They didn't quite get all of them. These are white goods here. You can see washing machines and other items. They were just trying to steal as much as they could from buildings like these, which they identified as being modern and full of valuable items. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of rebuilding to do now in this part of the country. But over in the east, there is reinforcement. This country is preparing for the second phase of this war.